Hello everyone, and my name is Dave Whiteley. I'm Technical Director of Envisageukltd. Welcome to another of our webcasts. In this particular webcast, I'll be going through the Autodesk Product Design Suite range and explaining what you actually get in the product. The software is available in three guises. The Product Design Suite Standard. Now, Product Design Suite Standard, anybody who's on AutoCAD Mechanical at the moment with Autodesk subscription will actually be fulfilled with this release of Product Design Suite Standard from now on. So if you're on AutoCAD Mechanical and you download your software or are sent your software, you will actually get Product Design Suite Standard. And in 2013, the new addition to this is actually Autodesk Inventor. You now get Inventor, the Inventor product with Product Design Suite Standard, so you can now move up to 3D digital models. The software that we get in Product Design Suite Standard is AutoCAD and AutoCAD Mechanical. Please be aware, those of you who are new to the software, you will get an AutoCAD Mechanical icon on the screen. If you want to use standard AutoCAD, it is available to you. You just need to go to the Start All Programs button on the operating system, find the AutoCAD icon and put it onto the desktop. You do actually have AutoCAD there that you can run. The vanilla AutoCAD can be run on its own. You get Sketchbook Designer, which we'll be having a look at later. And Mudbox. Now, Mudbox is an acquisition by Autodesk from a couple of years ago. It's in effect a conceptual modeler, 3D modeler. You work on a 3D version of Mud, if you like. You get a number of templates to start off with, and it lets you actually create more organic designs than you would in a traditional solid modeler. The Showcase software is a fantastic piece of software. It's part of Alias. The Alias acquisition, and Showcase enables you to create real-time renders and animations of your designs. We'll be going through that one later. Those of you who are on Product Design Suite Premium will get all the products that I've just gone through in the Product Design Suite Standard, but you will also now get Inventor Rooted Systems as opposed to Inventor. You'll get AutoCAD Electrical and you'll get Navisworks Simulate. We'll be running through those later. In effect, you will be getting the ability to create tube and pipe, hose, and wire harness routed designs in Inventor. And you'll be able to create electrical schematics using the AutoCAD electrical software. Those schematics can be exported out to Inventor's harness software for you to create your harness routes, and from then on nailboard drawings should you wish. The Navisworks Simulate is a huge assembly viewing system. We'll be going through that one later, but in effect you can import into Simulate any 3D model, whether it's an Inventor model from another CAD system, a point cloud from Revit, from Google SketchUp, overlay all these 3D models and do animated or walkthroughs of your 3D model. There is an Navisworks Manage, which will also let you do hard and soft collisions between designs. You don't get that with the product design suites. You would have to migrate up to that one. You also get 3D Studio Max, 3D Studio Max Design, and this enables you to create high quality animations and renderings. With the Product Design Suite Ultimate, the main difference is that you, instead of getting Inventor Rooted Systems, you now get Inventor Professional, which gives you the ability to do single and multi-part finite element analysis simulations, dynamic simulation, and to create plastic injection mold tooling, and provides you with those symbols for the tooling as well. You also get Alias Design. Alias Design is will enable you to create A-class complex surfaces and then import these into Inventor and across to Showcase should you wish. With this lot, you probably get the most comprehensive suite of design, engineering, visualization and simulation tools on the planet. The key highlights of the Product Design Suite 2013 is that we now get suite workflows. Now what they mean by this is when you're an inventor and you want to send something across to Showcase, for instance, there is actually a workflow button in the application pull-down menu which will enable you to run through a workflow which will enable you to easily move on transition from your inventor model to, as an example, Showcase, and we'll be showing you this one later. It's cloud enabled. You now get, I think it's 25 gigabytes of storage on the cloud if on subscription, and you also get access to Autodesk cloud products. Again, we'll be going through some of those later on in this webinar. More accessible, more productive, and expanded use of the designer because of the products that we are providing in Product Design Suite. Okay, this particular webinar is based on, or presentation is based on a product, some earth-moving vehicles from the engineering center in Russia. And we're using these particular models to show you the new functionality in 2013. So with the complete solution of Product Design Suite, we can capture ideas anywhere. We can reuse and develop these ideas. We can use intelligent functional design tools to reduce time, effort, and errors. We can validate designs to make sure they're right the first time. We can integrate electrical and mechanical data to reduce assembly on the shop floor. And we can use simulation and analysis as an upfront design tool. And we can reuse data to create stunning design review and marketing assets. Okay, so let's have a look at concept development. We've got an idea, we want to do something perhaps off-site. We may not have the software available to us on our hard drive or on our main computer. So Autodesk gives you the ability to transition from sketch to product. And this can either be via the cloud, using something like Sketchbook on an iPad or an iPhone or an Android product, or in Sketchbook Designer that we get with Product Design Suite. Because your best ideas don't always come when you're sitting behind the desk. So you need the ability to sketch something perhaps at the beginning to then take through to a design when you get back to the office. So in this presentation, or this part of the presentation, we're just going to have a look at the Sketchbook product on the iPad and to show what is available to you. Some of these are free apps. If you go to the relevant store, whether it's iTunes or the Android store, then if you search for Autodesk Inc., you will be given a list of the applications, and many of these, as we can see on this one, are free. So this is a mechanism design application for the iPad to enable you to design mechanisms, add forces, weights, and so on, and actually try your design out before it actually gets to your desktop. You can produce a report, and obviously save the data for to the cloud or perhaps as a DXF file. Okay, let's have a step through on what's available in the Product Design Suite that a company would find of use. So first of all, we have the ability to work from 2D to 3D. The workflow is that you may want to try some designs out on perhaps AutoCAD or AutoCAD Mechanical in 2D with, say, blocks, for instance. And then once you've got these blocks created in the 2D environment, bring them across to Inventor to try a mechanism out and then convert to 3D later, so you don't have to model in 3D immediately. So this part of the presentation, what we're doing is we're taking an AutoCAD drawing and creating blocks within our AutoCAD drawing. This could have come, the wireframe in geometry in red could have come from an iPad in SketchUp, for instance. We can now import this drawing into Inventor, and the blocks then become intelligent blocks within Inventor. So we can then attach this to our 3D design that we've got already and try our mechanism out before we even move to 3D. We can then push these blocks out to parts, in an Inventor assembly. And then once we push these out to an Inventor assembly, we can then extrude and model in 3D our parts that came across as blocks initially, and convert these to 3D parts in our assembly, and we've got our final design. Obviously, if we go back to the 2D geometry and update it, then our assembly will update automatically. It's important to note that people are supplied with different CAD formats. So throughout the Autodesk product range and in product design suite, you now get the ability to read and write in non-native CAD data, such as CATIA, Pro-E, Unigraphics, etc. If you're working in Inventor, in AutoCAD, in Fusion, which we'll look at later on, in Showcase, 3D Studio Max, they've all got the same translator built in, and you can read and write these files. So if we have a look at Fusion, now Fusion comes with AutoCAD and Inventor. Obviously it's in Product Design Suite. And what Fusion allows us to do, think of it initially as perhaps an intelligent editor. Here we're bringing in a Pro Engineer Granite file. And Fusion enables us to work natively like you would in Inventor with sketches, the familiar sketch feature environment. Or if you want to, you can literally push and pull the model. So if you've got something from a CAD file like this Granite file here, which has no intelligence coming across, just the parts and the assembly, then we have the ability in Fusion to change the model, whether it's physical and visual with materials and colors and so on, but also to be able to push and pull this design dimensionally without the ability of having to edit features, because of course no features have come across. So in effect this is a dumb solid, so you would want to be able to edit this in some way, and Fusion gives you the ability to push and pull and move and cut and add and sketch like you would in Inventor anyway. But it gives you the ability to take a model from another supplier in another format and edit it as you require to then push this through to Inventor to produce the documentation. Fusion also lets you take an Inventor model and push and pull that model to create surfaces. So if you ever want to do an organic surface model, then you can literally start off in a block in Inventor, push it through to Fusion, and then push and pull the edges of that model to actually produce an organic surface model, and then push it back to Inventor again. This can be done with mirror planes on as well, so as you edit one side, the other side is changed as well. Here in this example, we're actually stretching a part of our assembly, just using the stretch tools within Fusion and extruding that or stretching that by a known value. Fusion uses familiar tools that we're used to. So for instance, it enables us to work with ribbons or the right mouse click or the new tools that we use in Inventor. Also, Fusion enables you to simplify a model. So if you've got a design with complex fillets and chamfers on and you want to send this through to an FEA analysis, you may not want to have those fillets and chamfers on there. This enables you to simplify models before you then send them off to analysis. If you're working in CFD, in fluid analysis, then you would want to take a design and perhaps find the internal volume of a design for calculating the fluid analysis software, using fluid analysis software. So in Fusion we can actually find the internal volumes of parts as well and then push that through to our analysis software. The analysis software from Autodesk is provided with Fusion as well. So you get Fusion with Product Design Suite, with Inventor, with AutoCAD, with the analysis software, and this enables you to work with 3D solids from any supplier. When you're working with an Inventor, some functionality that you're supplied with Inventor may be missed, and is missed quite a lot. And it is important to realise that you do have a number of calculations within Inventor that you can run, almost like design wizards. And this particular example shows us what we can actually do with a welded assembly. So if you're creating a weldment or a welded assembly within Inventor, there's a possibility that you might want to calculate what weld size you require. And this wizard or engineering calculator is amongst many that are available to you within Inventor, the standard Inventor. This particular one will enable us to put in a bending force, what area is welded, what material are we using, and then calculate the actual minimum weld height that we require for this particular design. And you also get a beam and strut analysis, you get bolted connection analysis, there are very spring analysis, you get shaft analysis and so on. So it's all in the design ribbon of the Inventor product. And this is available in standard Inventor as well as Inventor Professional. So in this case, we've put into the calculator that we've got a particular force on this design. We've told it where the welds are, what materials we're using, and it's given us a minimum weld height for this design. Okay, those of you who are moving up to Inventor, which has got rooted systems, then this enables us to produce pipe and hose runs within our design in Inventor, and also wire harness designs. So this example shows us the hydraulic hoses with their connectors being produced and run through our design. This is all associative, so as the assembly changes, the hose runs will move as well. And software like this enables you to reduce perhaps the number of hoses in a design. If you're doing a hydraulic assembly, you want to try and design with as much rigid pipe as possible, because hydraulic flexible hoses are expensive. So the rooted systems software lets you work with your design to enable you to reduce the number of hoses in this instance, and create more rigid hoses and keep the costs down, as an example. With the wire harness software within the rooted systems, we have the ability to publish connectors with pins, take schematic data from AutoCAD Electrical, and here we are in AutoCAD Electrical producing our schematics, but we can output this schematic data to the rooted systems within Inventor, and that will enable us to route from the output from AutoCAD Electrical schematic the relevant wires and cables from connectors within your 3D model, and then push this through to a wire harness or some sort of shielding or DIN rail or something like that, and automate our design within Inventor. From here we can publish wire run lengths, we can also produce nail board designs, all from the original schematic within AutoCAD Electrical. Okay, new in 2013 editions of the Product Design Suite Premium and Ultimate, you will now get Navisworks Simulate. Navisworks Simulate lets you work with huge assemblies. It enables you to download 3D models from either point clouds or your designs or customers' designs or your subcontractors' designs in whatever format you require. Put them together in a 3D review within within Navisworks, and produce walkthroughs and fly-throughs of this design, and look for collisions and so on and so forth. So I'll just run a video. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the sound on this and what Navisworks Simulate actually does.
Do you face challenges in visualizing large factory floor layouts? Do you have the need to combine data from different CAD and laser scan formats to create the layouts? Navisworks enables manufacturing companies to visualize large, complex assemblies with thousands of components, such as complete manufacturing facilities, factory floor layouts, production lines, and industrial machinery, all in a single digital model. The designs are visualized by means of real-time fly-through and walk-through on standard PCs. Users can combine together multi-CAD data from various design systems, regardless of file format or size, for complete assembly visualization and analysis. Navisworks is compatible with all major native design and laser scan file formats. This means that 3D design data from various CAD systems can be combined together to create a single digital model. In this example, we've merged CAD designs from Inventor, DWF Design Review, Revit MEP, and even Google SketchUp to create a complete factory floor and production line layout. Navisworks allows designers to build complete factory environments from various 3D models, regardless of format or size. Navisworks offers unique compatibility with all major laser scan file formats, such as Faro, Leica, Regal, and CNF. In this example, we've added a laser scan point cloud of the actual as-built condition to the new digital design. With Navisworks, there is no limit to the size and complexity of your digital world. The ability to navigate the entire digital model is extremely important for quality assurance and the design review process. The navigation commands allow designers to experience and preview the factory environment as if they were physically there. Crucial design errors can be discovered and documented, saving valuable time and production resources. The fly-through command allows designers to fly to any point in the factory design. The walkthrough command puts the designer directly on the factory floor, providing interaction between the viewer and the solid objects in the model. By enabling companies to combine CAD data from different design systems and create a single digital factory model, Navisworks eliminates the need and expertise required to maintain multiple CAD systems. It also allows you to work seamlessly with partners and suppliers who may have their design in a different CAD system. With Navisworks, you can now experience your digital factory before it's real.
So you get Navisworks with the Product Design Suite Premium and Ultimate. What about the design documentation and review from our digital models? Well, first of all, I want to talk about the digital simulation that's available in the Product Design Suite. If you've got Product Design Suite Ultimate, you have the ability to simulate single part and assembly stress analysis, static linear stress analysis. We can provide analysis on frame designs, motion analysis, so real-world, real-time analysis of mechanisms. We have optimization, which we'll talk about in a second, and plastic flow analysis of mold tools. So the first one I want to show you is a cloud-based product called Optimization that is available to you if you're on a subscription, and this is available with all the Product Design Suite tools. So within Inventor, you can open up your assembly or part, add constraints and loads, and then take dimensions on this design and put in a table of dimensions that you actually want to run through. You then set an analysis safety factor for the design, and then you send the job off to the cloud. The cloud then, the Autodesk servers on the cloud then do the analysis and then send you the results back. So you can then take this design and optimize it against the safety factor that you put in, and obviously do things like reduce weight and costs of your design. And this is all available to you if you're on subscription on the cloud. You can get a report back, change the model to the size that has been optimized, and off you go and produce your documentation. So this is a superb way of providing very high quality analysis that you may not have the power on your computer to do, but the Autodesk cloud can actually do it for you. So none of your 3D data, your modeling data is sent off. It's just purely the mesh. This is then sent to the cloud, the Autodesk servers. The analysis is done on those, and the results are sent back to you within a few seconds. So this gives you the ability to produce upfront design from simulations that would otherwise be very, very costly and time consuming. And in this case, we've sent this design off. We've said, look, these particular dimensions we want to change to give a range of dimensions you want to change these to. I want to reduce the weight but keep to a particular safety factor. The cloud does the work and then sends you the results back. So you're looking for the optimization tool on your product design suite, Inventor. In the Inventor Professional, you've got the dynamic simulation product. This is little underutilized in my opinion. It enables you to actually design real-world mechanisms with springs and dampers and joints that you would expect to have in the real world, and apply friction and motion and torque and so on and so forth. And then produce a mechanism analysis of this design, and also send these forces that are experienced within the design across to an FEA package to then run a stress analysis. Everything is graphable, so produce graphs of your design data, of the external, of the forces, the acceleration curves and so on. You can add loci to your mechanisms. You can add what they call an unknown force, so in other words, what force is required to move this part of the mechanism. The software is absolutely superb and is, as I say, a little underutilized, and it should be used more in my opinion. It's available to you in Inventor Professional. Just to talk about some extra simulation products that are out there. You don't get these in the product design suite, but Autodesk have spent a lot of money in the last few years in acquiring simulation products. So if you want to work on thermal analyses, fluid flow analyses, fatigue, drop testing, multi-physics, where you're actually running a number of analyses together simultaneously, then this software is now available from Autodesk. As an example, we got a drop test here in the mechanical event simulation software, where we can take a design which may be a non-linear material and do a drop test on it and find out whether it's going to fail or pass a drop test. And then obviously take this across to perhaps fatigue analysis as well, because you can do a single analysis like this, but what about fatigue on a product which is continuously being dropped, as an example? All this can be done in the Autodesk simulation software. Back to Fusion. In Fusion, what we're doing here is we're analyzing the model to produce an internal volume, and then we're taking this across to Autodesk simulation CFD software to analyze the fluid flow through a valve and produce our results from this fluid flow analysis, whether it's pressure drops, thermal analysis on the material and so on. And all this is taken from an initial model that we've read into Fusion. So within the Autodesk CFD software, you get a copy of Fusion, lets you bring a model in from another CAD system perhaps, and then analyze the fluid flow through the design. The design documentation, we want to be able to produce 2D drawings, animations, 3D prints from our digital models. So we have the ability to integrate with some of the software that you now get with Product Design Suite, such as Showcase, 3D Studio Max. In this example, we're actually taking a 3D model from Inventor and producing 2D drawings. Now, new functionality in Product Design Suite 2013 is that we can actually take AutoCAD and produce 2D drawings from our 3D models from Inventor. These are associative to the model in Inventor. We can output this in first or third angle and produce our detailed views, section views, and so on. And it works similar to the way the drawing works in Inventor, but this is in standard AutoCAD. So if you're in a large company where perhaps another department does the detailing, then they can use AutoCAD to do the detailing from the Inventor 3D design that was produced elsewhere. Everything's associative and updates as the 3D model changes within AutoCAD drawing. Design visualization. Let's have a look at the new products that we get with Product Design Suite. We've got a mechanism here which has got drivable driven constraints, and we can now push this out to Showcase using the new workflows that we get in Showcase. We can then select the driven constraints in our assembly and push this through to Showcase. Those of you who don't know what Showcase is, it's a real-time animation tool. It uses the power of the graphics hardware to produce the animation and the renderings. You add materials using Showcase materials. You can then produce high quality animations and single images up to ray traced quality, and publish these out to AVI, YouTube, and so on and so forth. This is all done in real time. You don't have to wait the 30 frames a second that you would have to wait for in other products. This is done in real time in front of you, the user, so that a designer can produce high quality sales and marketing tools for customers and clients from the 3D models from AutoCAD or Inventor. Such as this. This is taken output as well from FEA and fluid flow analysis to a Showcase presentation or a Showcase image. So there we are. That's the Product Design Suite of 2013. Look out for the new products that are available in your Product Design Suite. If you haven't got the software already, then log on to your subscription portal and request the software or download it. The serial numbers are that you require are on the subscription portal. And remember, if you're on AutoCAD Mechanical, you will now be getting Product Design Suite as standard. So enjoy the software. Thank you very much for attending, and speak to you again in another webcast. Thank you very much.